she killed herself. And love you more than you love yourself. Nobody can wish you better than you wish yourself. So if you don't have a sense of self-worth, if you don't have a sense of self-love, you allow people to treat you anyhow at the detriment of your life, and you cannot help somebody that does not want to help herself. Hi guys, this is Nemyinspired and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been long I came here because I've been life issues. I believe that one day I'm going to just make a video on what I'm going through right now. But that's not why I'm here. Oh God, I know this is the millionth time, or let's say in fact, you've been hearing about this issue, this Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu issue, her death, and the domestic violence stuff that related to her death. So I would just say that I have an unpopular opinion. People have been blaming the church, they've been blaming her family, they've been blaming everybody, but I stand here contrary to what anybody will say, to say that she killed herself. Yes, she killed herself because nobody can love you more than you love yourself. Nobody can wish you better than you wish yourself. So if you don't have a sense of self-worth, if you don't have a sense of self-love, you allow people to treat you anyhow at the detriment of your life, and you cannot help somebody that does not want to help herself. So because people have been reaching out, colleagues, friends, they were like, that they've told her to leave the marriage. Even her family have told her to leave the marriage. I don't know. But she decided to stay against all odds. Okay, you are staying in a marriage. Obviously, she's the breadwinner of that family. The man is not a kind person. He has been treating her like a piece of crap. And she just agreed to that. She decided to stay in that marriage for reasons best known to her. So I think she is a major factor in her death. She played a very major role in her death, because when something has happened once, not twice, it's been a pattern of behavior and all that, you just have to take a stance, even no matter what. And okay, people are saying that it's her church that contributed to that, and she was blinded by religion. I will not lie to you, there are many people that have been blinded by religion. Fine, even if she decided not to marry another husband, at least she would have separated from that man first. Leave that toxic environment first before you even say anything. Leave that toxic environment, leave him first. And another thing again is that she might be considering her children before. She might be considering her children, what will happen to her children if she had left. But now that she's dead, what is happening to her children? Okay, I heard the man has been apprehended, but I can assure you that case might not go anywhere. After he's been apprehended and all, he might be let free, and the issue continues. You understand? So you just died. It's just like she just died for nothing. You understand? She just died for nothing. She just died a very unavoidable death, because this issue of beating and everything, there are many people, not just she, there are many women that have died like that, domestic violence. They died, and their family have lost them forever. This man now that you are saying, it will not take him a while before he will get married. We've heard of cases of men that brought in another person to their wife's burial, as in they brought in their girlfriends to their wife's burial. So we've heard of cases like that. She's not the first, neither will she be the last. But even with that, as in for the single ones, the married one, nobody is worth your life. That's just what I would say. Nobody is worth your life. I know I might sound as if I don't care about her or her family, but I can tell you that the news of her death shook me to my roots. Seriously, I have been very, very disturbed, because I was wondering, as in, how can we women get it right? Obviously, she was the submissive wife. She gave her salary, she gave her body, she gave her everything. She even sacrificed her own family just for peace to reign. Yet, that peace never reigned. Yet, she died for nothing. So I don't just know how we women are going to get it right in this society. I don't know what else we do. Then you have the cases of women that are crazy and all that. Those it's because of her bad character. And this one that is always challenging her husband, but this one was obviously like a mumu there, but still she had nothing to show for it. So it just goes to tell that, as in, we really have a very long way to go. You understand? We have a very, very long way to go. And another thing again is that I know she played a major part in her death, but society contributed a hell lot. Oh God, as in, like, the Nigerian society is one of the most judgmental society. You understand? If you are single, they will tell you that it's because of your bad character. That's why no man deem it fit to marry you, to make you a wife. Then if you are married, they will still find something to say. And okay, now if you go scroll through the pages of social media, people are like, oh, that she shouldn't have died, as in she should have spoken out, she should have left the marriage. Yes, I'm number one that says she should have left the marriage. But how do they treat divorced women in Nigeria? How do they treat single mothers? They treat them less than crap. Seriously. And I find it very, very disheartening that when you have an issue with somebody, instead of the person to address the issue on ground, the person will now go personal, addressing you as a person, addressing your situation. So maybe that's why you cannot live, no man can live with you. Maybe that's why your husband left you, and such issues. In as much as we might claim, nothing gets to me and all that, when such a person goes back to his or her house, the person will go and think. The person will be like, God, is it really my character, or is there something else? Is there something else why I'm in this situation that I am? So our society is very, 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 very terrible. As in, I remember vividly the case of a single lady on Facebook. She always tell about the story of her abusive husband. I think it's Olabisi. She calls herself Ekwueme. So she tells the story of her abusive husband, how the man do maltreat her and all that. So she even has a live group on Facebook. So she does this, and when she even wrote a book on that. Could you believe that when she had problem with some people on Facebook, they insulted her? They told her it's because of her bad character, that's why her husband was abusive. They used all those personal stories she used to encourage people to insult her, to bash her. And I was wondering, what is the way forward? Were the same people that were hailing her, go sis, blah, 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 blah. This one, that one, you don't have any problem, oh thank God you live to live, all those kind of a thing. So now that they had problem with her, they went back, they dug back those stories, and they used it to they really insulted her, they bashed her. And I was like, this is the problem we have in Nigerian society. You have problem with somebody, why don't you address the issue on ground? Why are you going personal on that person? Why are you attacking the person's character? Why are you attacking the person's family? Why are you attacking the person's history? So this is what we do. We always go back to people's personal character and just attack them. So that's what happened in that woman's case. And the thing makes so many people, they tend to withdraw. They tend to go back to their shell and all those. So the only thing that I will say is that, please, whenever you have an issue with somebody, if the person has divorced 10 husbands, it's none of your business. If the person is not married at the age of 50, it's none of your business. If the person is a baby mama to 10 other men, it's not. Go straight. If you want to go straight to the issue you have with that person and address the issue, because this idea of shaming women with things that should not matter is really, really disheartening. So I think this is a way the society contribute so much, and so many people will just want to pretend. Even if you are dying, you want to pretend. You'll be like, oh, couples goals, because you don't even want people to know what you are going through. Because of the backlash, they might initially pretend to be supportive, but later you see that they were not even supportive at all. They were just chasing clouds. Then secondly, I think religion contributes so much. Religion has gone up till now. I'll tell you that there are still many religious denomination that believe that women should not separate or divorce an abusive man. They really believe it. They believe that if you do that, you go to hell. But let me tell you, there's no hellfire that is worse than living in an abusive home. That's just the truth. There's no hellfire that is worse than living in an abusive home. You're already in hell, so you're not afraid of any other hellfire. Because if you're living in that abusive home, you're living in a place of strife, you're living in bitterness, you're living in anger. Because whenever you see that man, whenever you remember all the things he has done to you, you will not even have that heart to pray. You will not have that heart to love him. So I think talking about hellfire for somebody living in an abusive home is outstretching it. Hellfire, or threatening someone in an abusive home with hellfire, I think it's just making a caricature of the whole issue. That person is already in hell. That is just the truth. It will take the grace of that God for somebody to be in that environment and even make heaven, because that person is just in a very toxic environment. So our religious body should do better. Our religious bodies should do better. Stop telling people to manage abuse, especially physical abuse. No type of abuse is good, but that physical abuse is just so terrible. This guy himself, he cannot do this to his fellow man. He cannot do it to a woman on the street. I remember when I had a boss then that was a lady. This woman used to insult men, and they don't do anything. I'm not all for bad character, but why can't they slap her? Is she not a woman? But they kept her quiet because she's their boss. So I think there's no really any excuse for abuse. So, but our religious body should do better. People should let us stop hiding these things. Let us stop telling people to sit. You can pray for the person. I just love Pastor Funke, what she said. You can be outside and pray for the person. I must not be in your house till you kill me before I pray for you, and God will answer that prayer, right? So I think this is just what I have to say about our religion as in the whole issue. And I just hope this is a lesson to we, both the single and the married. Please, don't allow anybody abuse you. Don't allow anybody, no matter who that person is, you are worth something. You have value for yourself. Have love for yourself. Have self-respect. Make sure that you let that person know that it's not okay to treat you like a piece of trash. Get? So please, this is what I have to say. This issue is just so disheartening. I feel so much for her family. I was watching her mom's interview on BBC Igbo. I felt so terrible. I felt like crying. The woman recounted all the whole things her daughter went through in the hands of that man, and in fact it was very disheartening. I just pray that her soul rests in peace, and I pray that this is a lesson to everybody. I heard he has been arrested. I just hope that the Lord takes his due course, and I hope that these children that she left behind will be able to outgrow that trauma, the trauma they've seen of their dad molesting their mother, beating her and all that. I just hope they'll be able to live beyond that trauma. They'll not repeat that trend, because the trend of abuse goes from generation to generation. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.